Good afternoon, guys. I hope you're all doing great. Um, as we discussed last time, that now we are doing meetup only once in every 2 months because currently all the development works are going on. So there will be nothing to update you on month basis. But once all the products are launched and once all the products are in production, then there will be more things to speak about it on monthly basis. But as of now, like since most of the things are still in the development phase, we'll be doing it once in every 2 months. But I'll be covering all the topics, what we have done during these 2 months and where we are heading towards, so that you will have exact idea of where we stand today and where we'll be going forward. So I have listed certain topics that I would like to discuss it with you, and it's important for you to know. So the project of backtesting engine has come to an end. We have finished the backtesting engine. We have tried and tested it so many times in so many different time frames, parameters, everything. It's working excellent. Even the time for backtesting is like, it's super blazing fast. It's just few seconds, like less than even 15 seconds for the most complicated strategies also. The simple strategies can be backtested in less than 3 to 4 seconds. And a little bit like with a little bit of more parameters and hyperparameters, it takes between like 10 to 12 seconds maximum. So it's super fast. It's blazing fast. We have tried and tested it even with some live signals and with live strategies. It works excellently well. We have already started the work on strategies factory and the strategy selector. Both at the same time, we started to work on it because they both are similar, but one is about generation of variations of strategy and another one is about the selection of those variations. So it goes hand in hand and it's not two different projects, but it's in the same project. But when we speak within our team, like we don't segregate this into three different parts. We just call it as backtesting project because it's belonging to the same thing. So we already started strategy factory and strategy selector, which will be finished by December. And then onwards, like we will start to work on mean reversion strategies, different type of strategies, so that this whole infrastructure will be of use. Because right now we have only trend following strategies, which will not be so much useful, like even if we have a strategy factory, because we need like mix of strategies, like very, very different. Only then they will be complementary to each other to get the maximum out of it. So the flow is like first to finish the strategy factory and strategy selector within December, and then to work on mean reversion strategies. The work has already started. We have like some very few like basic mean reversion strategies, but then we will make it like a bit more complicated from here. And then other quants who are currently working on strategy factory work, they will also be free once this project is finished, and we will have more hands on this particular aspect. So we will be able to make mean reversion strategies after this project. So once we have mean reversion strategies, we already have trend following strategies. They mix together. We are going to add more layers to it. So it's going to be amazing. So this is where we stand as far as this project is concerned. And as I already announced that we will be, like stopping this single coin strategies like in the next Q2 2023. And that's confirmed that we will not have a single coin strategies anymore by Q2 2023. The reason is very simple, that crypto markets are not like stock markets. So it's very different. Some coins works at some point of time, some coins doesn't. Some coins have huge volatility, some coins don't have huge volatility. So it's always a gambling. Like users have to use Solana sometimes, they have to come back to BTC sometimes, ETH sometimes, and you will need a certain amount of knowledge to even switch between these kind of coins. So which makes it very difficult for the users, and we tried our best during all these years, and we concluded that even technologically speaking, it can be sorted out in a different way. Like we cannot make a system like where you are using one bot and suddenly it jumps to another one. So if that was the recommendation, then that's not possible. So what is possible is like we will start offering pair strategies, pair trading strategies. These are existing in stock markets, and like a stack of 5 or 4 coins within that particular stack. So for you, it will be only one bot, but there will be like 3 or 4 positions at the same time. So what these positions will do is It will try to see like which has the highest probability of going up and which has the probability of coming down. So there is a bit of correlation study, which is data science. And based on it, like we will take both long and short positions at the same time. And whenever like the long and short positions have been taken, and if there is a positive PNL, we'll be monitoring that one. And we will also see that like when this PNL can get dried up or when this alpha can vanish. And before this alpha is vanishing, like how we can make profit out of it. So let me say like you are long on Bitcoin and you are sitting on $100 profit and you are short on Ethereum, which is on loss with $50. So we will see like, okay, $100 plus minus 50. So you are still making $50 there. So in the same way, like we will see that how this alpha is not vanishing at the same time, and to make this kind of pair strategies. This is what we are trying to do. And the next one will be something like relative value trading. Relative value trading is when you use like the same example I can give, like you have 4 coins and you are long on all the 4 coins. This is like long only, but we can make long and short also. But just I'm giving you an example of long only strategy. And you are heavily invested on, you don't have to do anything. It will be automatic. But let me say like we are 60% on Bitcoin, 20% on Ethereum, 10% on Solana, and 10% on Cardano. And what we see is like currently Bitcoin is trading in a very small range. And it is so boring for me to write a big analysis about that one, like on every single day when it's hardly moving even $200 or even $100 some days. So if this is the situation, then clearly Bitcoin is not moving so much. So what you can do, you can reduce the weight on Bitcoin. You can reduce the weight on Ethereum because even Ethereum is just moving 1 or 2% in a day. And you can increase the weight on some other kind of large cap, which is moving much more than this one. So it's about like you are adjusting your portfolio based on the volatility factor. So in this way, like you will have highest investment in something which is going to deliver you the best, and lowest investment in something which is not doing so well, but still it acts as a hedge over other positions. So relative value trading and pair trading is what we are trying to do now, and systematic trading strategies within a couple of coins. So single coin strategy will be moved out. So we will be giving you a portfolio. So directly a portfolio bundle or portfolio stack, whatever you would like to call it as, because we have not conducted any naming ceremony as of now for these products. But this is how we are explaining it currently so that you can get an idea of what to expect from these products. So this is going to be a game changer because such kind of products are not offered in the market currently. So everybody is offering single coin strategies. Everybody is offering some other type of strategies, but still these kind of strategies have its own problem. If you are speaking about bull markets, then probably they might work, like how we saw in bull market, like even our studies were working. But when you speak about the bear market, range bound market, and bull market within a bear market, and bear market like where there is a stagnation, because we cannot even call the current market as something, bear or bull or something. It's a bear market, but within the bear market, we can't really differentiate between a range bound market and a very stagnant market, because range bound market is very simple. It will have a range of about 5 to 6%, and it keeps moving within this range actively with probably lesser volumes. But what we are seeing currently is not even a range bound market. Since some time, what we are seeing is just a stagnated market, where it's just there where it is, and it's just waiting for a trigger. And when the trigger comes, like it can move either side. But my wild guess is that it's going to come down. The chances of coming down is more than the chances of going up, because I don't see any positive factors. So when we are in this kind of very uncertain markets, the single coin trading strategy doesn't work. So that's why we need to go to some other kind of innovative products and more technologically driven products than offering the same kind of single coin product. So we will be doing it away in Q2 2023 when we have all these products in place. Then the third subject was about the new website. The new website is coming up very nice. We have one meeting with the development team once in every 2 weeks. We are seeing the progress. Something, if it's not fine, like we give them feedback, they go back and they do it. They try to fix it, fix all of these things what we are asking them to change on the website, so that to make it more user friendly, and to make it the way as you have described during the interviews that we conducted. So I don't know, some of you might have participated in the interviews that we conducted before. So you all gave your feedback, like what you would like to see on the new website, what was missing on the current website, and what will make it beautiful and wonderful, and it will give you a sense of like wow feeling. So we're working on it, and it's coming up very, very, very nice. And we have also hired an expert to design the landing page, because initially the landing page was designed by Imre himself, which was amazingly great, wonderful, everything is very good. But we just need someone to help us in the structuring of this website, because there was very good value proposition. Everything was in place like perfectly, and really he did a great job in designing that landing page. He knows like what customers really need, and what they're looking for on a website. When someone lands on a website, they should feel like, yes, we should spend a little bit more time on it. And when he showed his website, like I was really like very happy. I mean, like very surprised, like it came up so well. But still we need a structuring to that from the UX side. So that's why we have hired an expert, and he's giving us like some inputs like every now and then. We've shared all the details with him, and all the interview materials that we did interview during the interview process with you guys. And also we did certain interviews with our previous UX agency, with whom we stopped to cooperate because they were not up to our standards. So anyway, like there was user research, UX research, because UX research is the first step, and then the UX design comes. Because we need to make a research on knowing like what customer is really looking for on a website, what they would like to see, what will make them to spend a little bit more time on the website. Because on the first page and the first thing, if they see on the website, which looks very boring or very scammy, they don't like to even, like go further on the website. They lose their attention. We lose their attention. So that's why we want to keep them engaged. So we are having everything on the website, like about the staking, about the token, about the freemium plan that we have already thought about, and different subscription models, and also coming soon section where we have our build your own AI ML bot. So everything is covered properly. And also we have tried to highlight a little bit more on other products that we have. For example, sentiment analysis, TS screener. These things are also like quite, I call them as like unsung heroes, because we have not exploited the opportunity that is in this space so much so far. So that's why we would like to project them as also one of our main products on the website. So even that part was covered during this new website designing work. So website is coming up very nicely. We will be launching the website on like several stages. Like we will not be launching all the website and everything at the same time, because now the website is a bit more complicated with many things coming up, and also coming soon products, and everything has to be integrated with the same website. So we'll be launching first like portfolio, like portfolio view, like where you can see the overall portfolio of your own money spread across several exchanges like Binance, FTX, everything. You will be able to see it on one single platform. So you just have to integrate your API keys, and then you don't have to log into every exchange every time. You just have to log into our dashboard. You will find all the details there. And on your individual profitability, everything, PNL, everything, you will be able to see the open orders, closed orders, marketplace, of course, and how to stake and how to buy the products. Everything will be there on this one. Other things will come up slowly, one by one by one. All the other functionalities will be coming. So we'll be launching like one or two new functionalities every month. So that's how we see it coming up now. And we will make sure that when we launch our products, we will be conducting several testing. And once the website is ready, like we will also, like give you guys an opportunity to come on the website and, like sign up, go through it, go through the website, have your own feel, and you can let us know like in which direction it's going towards. So we'll be making this kind of like post, like a launch research also. So even that is also there, because that will give us an opportunity to develop stage by stage slowly, but we will make sure that everything is there. Because once we push everything online, and if some other changes are necessary, like it will be too late. And even now, like we cannot change anything, but we can, of course, like change the direction of the upcoming products and everything. So we'll be launching the website on stages, a couple of stages, but everything will be as expected. And I'm sure like everybody will be very happy when they see the new website coming up. And once we finish this strategy factory and strategy selector work, we will also be working on like, and website work also should finish. And then we'll be working on the world's first AI ML bot building platform. So there are a lot of build your own bots, right? In the markets, there are lots of build your own bots, but there is no build your own AI ML bot. So that's where we completely differentiate from any of our competitors. So this is going to be a game changer, because there is nobody who is offering their AI infrastructure to build your bots, optimize your bots, and to launch your bots. So that's what exactly we will be doing. And for this one, we will be onboarding many of the traders who will be there on TradingView, other platforms currently, because I think they can get better leverage for their strategy on our platform than being on their own platform. And one of the major problems that we recognize and why we wanted to bring this product is also for our own use, to be honest. And why for our own use is, as we know, and as people who are in quantitative finance know it very, very well, that any strategy that you build will work for some time, and afterwards it needs some optimization, and again optimization, again optimization. And during this optimization process, manual optimization process, you might sometimes over-engineer it. You might sometimes like add more things which is not necessary, and that's what I'm calling it as, like over engineering. And sometimes you might not witness the pitfalls that is there in the strategy. And we also call something as overfitting, which means like you will try to fit too much the past data. So these are not the ways to do it. So you will really need AI technology here to optimize that one to the current market state. And that is not possible by a human, because no matter how much experience you have and how much expert you are, still there are always things, like what you can't really do it by yourself. If you do it, like it takes a long time and you will not be sure about the outcomes. But when we use like science and technology here, it does the work perfectly, and not just perfectly, it will do it more faster, much, much more faster. There is no, like you can't compare a human with a machine. So that's why this platform will be a huge revolution in this industry itself, because this is happening for the first time. And I can see like hundreds and thousands of people will be benefited from it, like even going forward, because we are speaking about an industry which is dependent totally on passive income here. Because in cryptos, like currently, there is nobody who is looking for a full-time income. It is not so, at least so far. There are play to earn games and everything, but still play to earn games depends on the current market price of your tokens. So if the token in which you are getting rewarded, like in Axie Infinity, AX, AS, or something else, if the price of those tokens goes down, then you will not be benefited so much. It's the same thing even when it compares to StepIn, the app that I'm using currently. Once upon a time, GST, the token in which they give you the rewards, used to be $7. Right now, it's like 1/10 of a 6 cents. So it's like 0.006 cents. So even if you're earning like 10 GSTs every day, you're just making 6 cents every day. So that's nothing compared to $60 that you are making per day before. So all these are having their own problems, but in trading, like there is always an opportunity there. It's always a different way of looking at it. It's a different sector. So there is a lot of money making opportunity if you try to look for the alpha, look for the profits here. So that's why build your own AI ML bot will be a game changer in this industry. And it's not just about building your bots, but it's truly a game changing product. That's what we are launching, and we will be the first one to launch this. So this will happen like once we finish the strategy factory work and the website work. That's second thing what we'll be jumping on will be this one. And the good thing about this particular platform is we are trying to target two different types of customer segment. There are one type of people like who are data scientists, quantitative finance people. They don't like to use zero coding solutions. They like to use one which is having Python programming or something like that. So we offer Python programming for them. And there are another category of people like who are into, like they don't know coding, but they just want to build their own things. So they will use like zero coding solution. And we are the first platform who will offer you the zero knowledge solution, which means you hold the ownership of your IP. We can't see your strategies. But if you're asking me about like TradingView, yeah, definitely they can see your strategies because it's openly written. Like, yes, they can have a look at it. So it's the same with all other platforms, which is there, which because of which like some very great traders are not coming on these platforms. It's not that they are not there, but they're not coming and they're not building on these platforms, because if they lose their IP or something, then what's the whole point in even having that strategy anymore? It's like just going on the street and giving it to somebody. So that's why we will be providing completely end-to-end encryption, wherein you can be assured about your privacy and your intellectual property rights. So once this is finished, like next topic is DASP. DASP has been, I think, the most delayed process, like in our roadmap. Everything is coming up as we expected, but not DASP, because there were like several things which didn't happen or work the way like how we wanted. First of all, to find any kind of developers or something, we can find them. It's not so difficult. But to find a compliance officer, it was very, very difficult. It's very difficult because you can hire a developer probably from Germany, from Netherlands, from UK, or from Romania, or from India, or like from wherever you want, because they are all speaking the same language, which is coding, JavaScript, Python, or something else. But when it comes to compliance officer, it's not the same, because they need to know the French laws, French compliance policies, European compliance policies. So it's very specific. Even if you hire someone within Europe, it's not enough, because they need to speak to a regulator, they need to understand French, they need to understand the French laws. So it was very difficult, and we were confined to one country, and that was France. And there, like when initially we started to see some profiles, they were asking for 150,000 euros per annum salary. And these people were coming from BNP Paribas, Societe Generale, and Credit Agricole, all these big banks. And the first point was like, we are a small company and we cannot give that kind of salaries to anybody. It's impossible. The first thing, and the foremost thing, it's ruled out. Second thing, even if we had made an exception to it, these people are too senior for this type of position, because currently these people are managing a team of 25 junior compliance officers under them. And here, if they come, and if DASP is like very small thing for them, and it will not be, like more exciting to them, because it will finish like in a couple of months, and afterwards they will be just doing compliance of all the B2B customers. It's not exciting to them, and they will not love the job, and sooner or later they will quit the job. So this is not really what we should do it, because it's not always about how much we have to pay, but it's about like whom we are paying and whether it's worth or not. Then we met like a couple of other junior profiles also, very strong on paper, but when we made the interview, there was nothing. Some people didn't understand crypto at all. And many of them, like whom we interviewed, they didn't understand crypto at all, to be honest. They were crypto enthusiasts, but that's not enough to work in a crypto company, because you need to understand what is derivatives trading, what is spot trading, what is market making, the risk associated with that one, how scams can happen from the company side or from the client side, or many things are there, like what is short selling, what is long, many things you need to know when you are working for an investment company. And for crypto, like most of them like were very juniors, they didn't know anything about it. They said like, okay, we can learn and we can do that. But in the past, like we made certain hires who also said the same for different things, like, yeah, they are new to this one, they will learn and they will do it. But after 4 months, 8 months, we had to fire them, because the thing was like this learning curve is not the same thing for everybody. Because when I have to learn something new, I can learn probably in 2-3 months. It's more than enough. And like I can catch up with that one, and somehow I can manage it. Some people can do it at, wow, like within a week or even within a month. It depends. Like there are smarter people, but there are some people like who need like 1 year or 2 years to understand something. So we don't know about this learning curve when they say that they can learn the things. So we cannot take that kind of risk, because we already risked that one in the past and it didn't give us a good result. We hired a quantitative researcher in the same way, like this learning process, nothing happened. We hired a product owner before, nothing happened. We had like certain kind of profiles before, and this process was never successful. So this time we wanted to make sure that we have someone like who has knowledge, and also someone like who knows it on a day-to-day basis, at least, who keeps themselves updated by reading journals, magazines, online articles about crypto, and they're excited about crypto. They know about crypto. They want to be in this space. They're not in this space because it's a good salary, it's a something cool thing or something new thing, but they genuinely believe that blockchain and crypto is the future. And that kind of conviction when you have, whenever you work something, it's going to be an epic. But that was clearly missing. And finally, when we found a candidate, we just found them like 2 months ago. And once you select a candidate, you always have 3 months job notice at your current workplace. We said like, okay, fine, like we will wait for 3 months, like because candidate is good in every way. It's good, like education, everything is fantastic. And this candidate can even act as a lawyer for the company, taking care of the legal side, making legal papers, everything was wonderful. So we hired, but like we are still waiting for the candidate to join the job, which is going to happen in November, November 21st, like the person will be joining. And then we had another letter from the regulator. And they said like now some of the regulations have changed, and you cannot simply start off the process with having a compliance officer, but the compliance officer should be a deputy director of the company for compliance, which means the person's name will appear in the official registration certificate of the company. And many people will not accept for this responsibility. It's a simple, like, because many people have this in mind, like we are employees and we just work, we give our best shot and we get paid for it. That's it. That's the thing, what is going on in their mind. But this time it was not the same, because they're asking us to get someone who is a compliance officer to be a deputy director of compliance for the company, which means like we have to, include their name as a deputy director on the registration certificates of the company. So again, we had to go back, we had to request the person, like, it's fine for you, or like, how do you see it? And more clarifications was needed from lawyers. So we put our compliance officer across our legal agency. They had to have meetings to know like what is the risk and what is not and how it can go on. But finally, like, we are still trying to work this out. So that's why it's not just about like it's not like software development work, like where we can get anybody or anything and we can do it. But this compliance is something that you are actually interacting with the government, you are actually interacting with the system, and everything has to be very, very, very sophisticated and very perfect when you're speaking about that. So that's why it took some time, and I'm pretty sure like we will try to sort it out this one in another 1 or 2 weeks. And for sure, like we will be applying for DASP in November itself. So that's the only reason like why it is getting a little bit dragged down, because many things are not in our hand. Because when we started this process, like early in the year, we were said different things by the regulator. But now, after all this, scams that is going on and many of the hacks and everything, regulators are getting more and more serious about it. So when they get serious, the regulations changes. And when regulations changes, you have to, like change the policies also. So that's why it's getting a little bit slow, but we will try to sort it out, this problem, as soon as possible. And next topic would be about market making. Next year onwards, like we will be making market making for our token, BCUBE tokens ourselves. Despite being one of the very strong projects in the sector, like in the crypto sector, and very fundamentally strong and everything, which every BCUBEians know what we are doing, and honestly, we are delivering, and the fundamentals behind the company and the long-term vision of the company, everybody knows about it. But despite that, like the interest in the token from someone who doesn't know about our ecosystem is pretty low. And we had to understand that one, like, why is it so? Like, why is it so, and why others are not coming up beyond this marketing and other kind of things? Because marketing, I'm not speaking about it now, and I will speak about it as a different topic. But it was to understand, like, okay, if marketing is taken out from this factor, like what other factors are stopping people from getting interested and excited like the way we are getting excited? Because we are not a scam. We want to be a regulated company. We have launched products, we already live products, and we have revenues, we have everything. We are functioning like a company, like not like a, like a pre-seed only demo kind of a project. But despite that, like, why the interest is so low? And the reasons that I found out was like the liquidity is pretty low on the trading side. Like no one is trading so much. And again, the question comes like why? And people are not trading so much because if anybody goes to Dex tools and watch this one, those charts are looking like, pretty strange, like one long bar, one short bar, it goes down, goes up, and like in one day, 2 or 3 transactions. And if it is in this way, then people don't get the trust, no matter what you have on the fundamental side, because on the token side, it works totally different. And you don't really need fundamentals for the tokens. This is what everybody have to understand with a pinch of salt. You don't need to have a product. You don't need to have fundamentals. You don't need to have any of these things to have a token. The sooner you understand, richer you become very sooner, right? Because if you see Sandbox, for example, there is no use case for Sandbox token. Absolutely nothing, zero. If you want to interact on Sandbox platform, you can do it with Ethereum actually. You can do it with stable coins, USDT, USDC. Don't really need Sandbox token at all. Even if Sandbox is completely out of the story, still it's okay, they will survive. So it's having zero use case. You can use Sandbox tokens on Sandbox platform if you want, but normally people don't go to Sandbox, buy it and pay it for the fees, right? People want to make it very quick. So the most common thing that everybody has is USDT, BTC, ETH. These things are pretty common. So someone can just pay ETH. Someone can just pay, USDT. Very simple equation. So you don't really need Sandbox tokens for it. But still, Sandbox is having more than $500 million of market cap. Why? Because there is some kind of, engagement they have. They have bigger community. They have bigger number of holders of their token. They have better market makers. And all these factors will add for the value addition of a token. And shares and tokens are not the same. Shares will always go up like only when there is a strong fundamentals behind it. Tokens, you don't need fundamentals at all. You absolutely need zero fundamentals. You don't need a working product also. Throughout the life, you can be without your working product and it will still be good. Like Cardano. Cardano, how many apps are even launched on Cardano? 5, 6, 10, 20? That's it. How many apps are there on Ethereum? 20,000, 30,000 more? Or BNB, Binance Smart Chain or something, they have thousands of dApps launched on that platform. Thousands of apps are launched on Polygon Matic. But when it comes to Cardano, where they are nobody. They're nowhere actually. And they will remain in the same way. But still they are among the top 5. Because of all the stories that they keep telling, and the community is very big. The community is backing them. When you have that kind of huge community, when you have like 100,000 holders of your token, then yeah, everything is possible. Every single thing is possible. So for that one, like we need to make the coin to be much more interesting for anybody who is coming to a platform. And the only answer for that is we have to start the market making for our own token. So that's why we will be making market making for our own token, where the charts doesn't look like tuk, like a Tetrix box, but it should look like more smooth, like, like this. It should look like a curve or like parabolic or like coming down or something like that. So that's why we will be doing market making for our own token. We will be providing liquidity for our own token. In this way, like it looks more appealing for anybody who is a newcomer also to come on our platform. And if there is good number of volumes that is happening every day because of our market making and other things, people will find and they will come also. So just fundamentals is not enough for somebody to come here. And if I have to choose between fundamentals and just a token, then I think like fundamentals is good for the users. If we have good products, that's for sure. But for a crypto company to survive, you don't really need a product or like a product that is doing amazingly well. Because this market, this industry is like that. If you're speaking purely from token perspective, that's why if you just make a chart of top 50 on CoinMarketCap or top 50 on CoinGecko, just go one by one, just see where they stand, just see how many products they have and what they're really doing. You will find like most of them actually, they don't need even a token. They're nobody and nowhere actually, but still they are in that place because of the community and because of all this appealing factor they have for the token. So for all these reasons, we have decided that we will be doing market making for our own token starting next year within Q2 2023, we will start Q1, Q2, we will start making market making. And with this one, the liquidity will come to the token and it will become more lively. Charts will look much more beautiful. And then like people will be coming to it because they will know like, hey, there's a lot of interest in this token. Like even I should jump into it. Okay, then second thing, like, okay, what's the company doing? Okay, it's doing great also. So it is like, for me, both the things should tick. It's not just one. If you're asking me my personal perspective is like, of course, you need to, have a business also. Like you need to have a business like which gives you money, of course, like otherwise there is no point in starting any business. And we didn't start the business thinking like, okay, tokens will pump and we will make money. Definitely not. If that was our thing, like we would have gone down another road. Like, but when we came to this business, we came this one to provide efficient financial products, but at the same time building it as a big financial powerhouse in crypto industry. And that's what we are working on, and that's what we are going to make it. So you need to have fundamentals and you need to have a more attractive token in terms of liquidity for people to get excited about it. So that's exactly what we have recognized, and we are working on that one. And the next topic would be, other kind of like it's market making and as well as some product issues, product perspective also. And we will also be doing some kind of like arbitrage between CEX and DEX, like our own token, like between Hotbit and between, like Uniswap. So we will have an algorithm like which makes market making both on these exchanges, and even in the future, like when we are on other big exchanges, like we will continue doing the same thing. In this way, like there will be a balance between the prices on different exchanges, and we will also have more liquidity. And once we have liquidity, like then it will be more appealing to investors to buy and sell. And second thing is like about the product that we want to build is also arbitrage bot. They're currently like we'll be using it only for our own self to generate some returns for our, like our reserves. So we'll also be starting to make this kind of strategies next year, like once we finish off all the strategies that I just mentioned in the beginning of the talk. So this is still lucrative. If you're making between CEX to CEX, it's not so profitable anymore. There are some platforms which is offering such kind of products. And honestly, I tried it myself with Binance and FTX and other kind of exchanges. It can be profitable, but it's too small. And it's not something like you would like to do it because it's too much of work for nothing. So the small profits will not excite you so much. But when you speak about DEX, yes, like on DEX, like there is too many opportunities even now for arbitrage. So we are trying to exploit all these things as we go forward. Then like once we finish off all this, build your own bots, all the things like what we just discussed until now, we'll be replicating the same thing for decentralized exchanges. Like you will build your own bots on decentralized exchange. You will, like manage your portfolio on decentralized exchange, building some tools on decentralized exchange, because decentralized exchange also will, like explode going forward. And there is not much of tools that is available for decentralized exchange as of now. There are some tools like, okay, you can place selling bid on some tokens. When it comes there, like it's monitoring the prices and then it's a selling across different kind of decentralized exchange or some kind of arbitrage or something. But there are not like very sophisticated tools that is available currently on centralized exchanges, which doesn't exist on decentralized exchanges. So that's where I think like we can add a lot of value. Once we build all this infrastructure, we will have complete knowledge of it. So building another one wouldn't be so difficult. So I'll be going down that road also. And next topic would be the partnerships and new exchange listing. So currently we are making partnerships with big exchanges having big communities, because we need to grow our community. And growing our community, we have two ways of doing that. One thing like, paying to somebody, getting some people on our Telegram channel, like they will add some people, like some might be bots, some might be real people, but they will just be there. That's it. They won't speak or nothing, but you will just look like a big community. But there is absolutely no use in that one, because they will neither use your products nor they will buy your token. So what's the whole point in like showing something big when it's of no use. So that's not something like which I'm planning to do, and that's not something wise also. And there are like other types of marketing which is a subdivision of same thing, like okay, publish articles on some medias and they will like post it, and some people get excited and they join. Probably this is one of the good ways, but the success rate is very small here. 100 people will read an article and probably like 50 people understand what is that, 25 people are like really excited, 10 people are really wanted this product, and finally 5 people will join. And for that, if you see the cost of spending to the cost of conversion, it's very, very low and it's very expensive. So even this is not the right way to do it. The only right way to do it that I found was making partnerships with big exchanges, because it hits two birds with a single stone. uh, what are those things? Those things are like when you make partnership with them, and when you ask your community to join to other exchanges to trade on those exchanges, they will do it. And once you make partnership, they will be announcing this news on their Telegram channel, their social media like Twitter and everywhere. So they're big communities, at least like 10% of it, if they join to our own community, they will be exposed to new types of products. They will understand like our ecosystem better. Also, they also know that we have a token and it has certain use cases, so they will come to know about everything once they join our community. So once they join the community, they buy the products, like even we will be flourishing, and the volumes on this exchange will also flourish, because many people who are on our community, they are on Binance, or they're on FTX, or maximum they're on BitMEX. So these people are comfortable being there, and there is very small chance of going them, for these people to go to a new platform, because there should be a reason. For example, in your country, if futures trading is blocked, then probably you look for another solution. And if that another solution is these exchanges with whom we are making partnership with, you will move there. Otherwise, you will not move there. So we have to get someone from their own community who are absolutely comfortable using those exchanges to our community and offer the products on their own exchanges, because they love those exchanges. They have been on their exchanges. They have trust in their exchanges. And that's how like they will come on our platform and they start to trade. And as they trade, if our trading volumes becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, that's when the exchange will start to notice us. And I've already had discussion with all these exchanges with whom we are making the partnership with. They're all very positive on listing us on their platform. So they're completely positive on that. We have discussed this in greater length. Whenever we had partnership talks with them, they were super, super positives. And they are not making any kind of empty promises, to be honest, because I'm like so much like, used to it now, of all these empty promises in this industry. They say so many things, but nobody does anything. They say many things as long as they get what they want. But once you give them, they will never see you again. And even if you write the messages to them, it will go unanswered. Even if you write emails to them, nobody will reply. And I got like very frustrated about this situation. Like this crypto industry is like that. There's no professionalism or nothing. They just get what they want and they will just disappear after that. So I'm really frustrated, and that's why I really want some proof, like whether it really happened in the past. And all these exchanges that I'm dealing with currently, they have all listed similar companies like us who are having their own token on their platform. And why they listed these companies, which is similar to us, on their platform was because they integrated their trading platform to their exchange and they brought them a lot of trading volumes. And when they brought so much of trading volumes on their platform, they had no other option but to list them. And these kind of listing will happen for free of cost. We don't have to pay this 300K, 500K, 1 million euros, or whatever it is. We don't have to pay it. It just works because we are both earning the money through this one. It's a win-win situation. So if they give us more exposure by, like making marketing on our behalf, they're bringing more people to us, which means more people will use our products. Their trading volumes will go up. If they're listing us, it's like giving even more recognition to us, even more exposure to us, which again benefits them. So it's a mutual benefit. And they've already listed, as I said, like few companies similar to us. So I have no, hesitation in saying that it's not just a story what they are telling me, but they are really serious about that. So that's why we are looking at, partnership and growing our community through partnership. Because on these exchanges, like there are real people, real traders. Like if someone comes on the BCUBE Telegram channel, there are real people and real traders, right? It's the same way like for exchanges also. So that's how I'm looking to grow the community now. And this is how like we are going to benefit from that one. And the next topic is about, business model. And we will see like next year, like until Q2 or Q3, maximum Q3, we will see like how much trading volumes will change after we are launching all the products. But if the trading volumes are still remaining very low, like probably now it's bear market, but still like it's much below than what is expected, the trading volumes that we are going through currently. But Q3 2023, if nothing is changing, then we will have to change the business model, where it will not be 100% free for staking the products. It will be something similar to our competitors, like where you will get huge discount. Like for example, tier 5 people can get 100% discount. Tier 4 people can get like 90% discount or 75% discount, but still they will have to pay something about that also. This is what is going on in the industry, which is quite industry standard, but we were the only one who are different. And the reason is like, if we had like good number of volumes, still we would keep this one forever, but we don't have that kind of volumes. And especially in the bear market, everything becomes very uncertain. And we cannot run the company successfully in this way because we will not make any money. And second thing is like many of these exchanges who are paying good amount of cut in the past, because of the bear market or because of some other thing, we don't know, that even the commissions are like bit small right now. So that's the reason, like until we will wait for another, like Q3 2023, like another 9 to 12 months. If nothing is changing, then we will be forced to enforce some kind of fees along with the staking thing. So it will not be completely free, because completely free is a bit insane, because even when we are speaking to venture capitals, they're not really getting this concept. And they don't really agree to this concept also, because to have this kind of concept, like you need to have at least $100 million of trading volumes like every single month. And if you have it, then it's good. But we are nowhere close to it. We're not even like 1/10 of it currently at this point in time. So it's a bit difficult. So we will be changing the business model like in Q3 2023, or maybe even early, like depending on all the things. But before that, we will launch all the products like pair trading and all these things. And we will see like when we offer different type of products, how people will respond to it and what kind of trading they are going to do on our platform. And the final thing is about the community participation on several social media. Why the only reason like why I left Telegram and went to Twitter, the first and foremost thing was, if I am on Telegram, then I'm just speaking to the same people again and again, and that's not going to help us, because people already know what we are doing, what kind of products are coming and what we are and everything. So it's of no use at all. It's like speaking about yourself and giving a long speech in front of your family. You just call your family on the dining table and you keep speaking about yourself. Then they will tell you like, what the hell? Like, we know about all these things, like get lost. Like, I don't want to hear the same thing again and again. But these kind of things, this kind of pitch, what you need to do is to be done in public. Who doesn't know you? And they will know you at that point of time, and something can happen after they know you. And that's the reason like why I left Telegram to go on Twitter, so that like we will get new people from there. And it worked to some extent, to be honest. Many new people are coming and they joined the community and they stayed there, because before they didn't know about us. So it's working very well. And every day, like many of the informations and many of the analysis sharing, market analysis, or like about product announcements, or like some advancements on the team or hiring process that we are making, what I can see in the statistics is like nearly 100 people are watching it. And they're not just watching it. Actually, I made detailed analysis on this one, because if they're simply clicking on it, then I don't take it seriously. But they're going through all the threads, which means like they're reading one by one all the threads, which means they're interested in it. Because people don't do that if they're not interested in it. If you just see the first thread and leave, then probably you were a stranger and you just clicked it by accident or by curiosity and you left. But what I'm seeing is like more than 100 people are watching every single thread. So if you're watching, then just give a like and just give a retweet, because this is going to help us a lot. Because more likes you make, the Twitter algorithm will put us on the top on a couple of hashtags that we are using. More likes we get, more visibility we get, more retweets we get, more number of people we are going to reach. So when we reach more and more people will come to know about us. And if they know about us, they will use our products, they will buy our tokens. If they buy our tokens and use our products, our token prices will appreciate, the company name will become big, which is in the direct interest of every single token holder in our community. So it's not just about us, like it's about the community also. Because if you see the communities of, Sandbox or other people, like they know clearly, like, it's not having the best use case, but still they do it because they know that it's in their interest. So that's why I'm requesting all the, community members to like and retweet if you're reading it, because it doesn't cost you anything. And the only thing what is going to be benefited is like your own investment. So that kind of commitment is what is requested by us. And I can see like more and more newcomers are coming and they're liking and they're retweeting, and everybody, some stranger, like people from so many different backgrounds, and some people are from crypto also. And I can see like a lot of quite eminent people whose Twitter account is verified. They're following me personally. They're following BCUBE also, with all these efforts that we are collectively putting in. I don't know if it's just because of me or like because so many people are retweeting this one. So somewhere, somehow they might have find us. So all these things are going to help us today or tomorrow. So that's why I'm just humbly requesting everybody to retweet this one, like this one, so that we will reach maximum number of people and we get that kind of exposure, and we get the kind of recognition that we truly deserve as soon as possible, and like we try to reach more and more people. So this is one request to everybody, and that's it for the updates of all these months, that 2 months that we are working on this project, and all the progress that we have made. And if you have any questions, I would like to take it in the next 5 minutes. But if you don't have anything, we will just wind off. Please go ahead with your questions. Please type it. Okay, guys, I think most of you are already on my Twitter spaces, like, so you will be knowing all these things, and it was just a visual treat, but audio treat is always there. I'm also planning to bring back the Saturday sessions that I used to do before, like the Guru Saturday show. It's just about like organizing my time, because and these days, like, really I don't have time for anything at all. Monday to Friday, completely busy with the team, because as we are doing so many different projects at the same time, there is quant team, there is development team, and in the quant team itself, like, someone is developing the infrastructure, someone is developing the strategies. We are also hiring new people now. We are hiring a DevOps to completely take care of the cloud infrastructure on AWS. We are hiring like a new quantitative researcher. So we are hiring, and hiring means like it's always about interviews. I interviewed nearly about 50 people to just hire one person at the end. So it's very difficult. So sometimes these interviews will go on for 2 hours. And like if you're, like making 3 interviews in a day, like it takes 6 hours, and then you have to work for your company also. And normally, like Saturdays, I keep it for meeting people offline in different startup communities, because we have our own issues, which other startupper can explain, like how they are sorting out this problem. Currently, like we have issues in like sourcing the talents. We have recruitment agencies, we have LinkedIn, we have Workable. We use all these kind of softwares, like what you can think, by posting jobs on different platforms, Indeed, and so many other things. But still, it's very difficult, because 50% of the application form that you get is right away not qualified for the job. Someone like who was a job receptionist was applying for a job of quantitative researcher. I didn't know whether I have to laugh or cry when I was reading it. And there are a lot of people, like, I mean, I don't know why they do it, but some hairdresser also applied for DevOps things. And I was like, look, if you don't have people on the salon, like, I'm really sorry, but you don't waste my time, please. It's and you will feel very frustrated, like when you have to go through all 50, 60 CVs like every single day. So it's very frustrating and it's very hard work. Like you have to concentrate there and you have to concentrate with your team, because team will have questions like very frequently these days, because when they're developing, they're like, okay, like whether you would like to be like this or like this, whether you want the integration to be on a different page or on the same page. Like there is one discussion which is going on always about the product development. So you always have to be there available to them. And if you're not available to them, like 30 minutes, they will stop the work until I get back to them. So that will stop the work, which I don't want. And that's why I'm absolutely focused on bringing up the products. So like whole Monday to Friday will go away like this. And Saturdays, like I'm meeting other company people, trying to get some contacts for connections with investors or connections to, like talent sourcing agencies or some HR agencies. And like when teams are growing, like you need to make different type of administrative works also, especially in France, like we have a lot of laws. So we have to follow up all these things, accountability, many things will be there. Like that's why it takes up all my Saturdays also now. And Sundays, like normally I keep it for administration works and also like planning for the week, or like Monday to Friday, like what I need to do, what kind of people I need to have a chat with. This is not happening. Last week I couldn't do this work, and how I can do that work today. And speaking to some kind of experts to get their opinions. So whole of my 7 days in a week, like I'm completely occupied. Like you see, like even I couldn't even shave today. It's becoming so difficult for me. Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if I get the time, like then I just take a shower or something. Otherwise, I eat on my table, and sometimes I even sleep on my table, like many of the times. So it's very hectic work. But still, like on Saturdays, I'm thinking of bringing it back. I will try to bring it back as soon as possible, so that I will have like more information about the markets and live analysis of the markets. That's it from my side. And even Twitter Spaces also, like when I get the time I can do it, but these days it's very hectic for me. I'm hardly using any other apps or something like that one. I'm just on like Slack all the time, like seeing the progress of the project and seeing the progress of our products, like from different departments. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for your attention, and thanks for being here on a Sunday afternoon. I hope you are having an amazing Sunday. Take care of yourself and have an amazing journey. And we at BCUBE will never stop building the products. We'll never accept defeat in anything. We know like we are not the perfect, but we want to go close to it. We keep building, we learn from our mistakes, we come out with a solution. We will keep building the things. We'll build the things that matters to people and what people are really looking for, something out of the box. Thanks for all of your patience, and thanks for all of your support, and same support always keep on us, and we will keep delivering the best for every one of you. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.